My name is Michelle Gilbert, and I'm the legal director at Lawyers Committee for Better Housing. I have spent my whole career really in civil legal aid. This is entering my 30th year. Housing has always been what has drawn me the most. I know that housing is healthcare. You can't take your meds if you don't have a refrigerator. You can't remember to take your meds if you're worried about being evicted. And what I'm doing right now in the COVID project is what I've always been meant to do. I have always talked about eviction prevention. I get frustrated sometimes when the focus is on housing the people who are on the streets. But we've learned it during the COVID pandemic that what we need to do is prevent problems and not just try to cure them. It's why we wear masks and sit socially isolated so that we prevent the spread. We have to prevent homelessness. We're not solving homelessness if we're just housing people who are already homeless, unless we do something about the machine that in Cook County makes 30,000 new families homeless every year. And that's why we're employing negotiation, rental assistance to prevent people from having evictions filed. We are phenomenally grateful to the City of Chicago Department of Housing, which granted LCBH funding for this fall to create our COVID eviction defense project. We are incredibly grateful to Governor Pritzker, who has continued to enter eviction moratoria to prevent the eviction of tenants. Those two things, though, are likely to end at the same time, which means that this tsunami of evictions that we have been worrying about all along are going to happen in January when our City of Chicago grant ends. Now, we are making plans. We are trying to negotiate and resolve as many evictions as we can right now to prevent them from becoming evictions in January. But we will need assistance in January to continue to prevent the eviction of people because of the COVID pandemic. Giving during the holiday season will ensure that we are able to staff going into 2021 the continuing need to do eviction prevention. We know that there are families out there who have been struggling to pay rent, either because they got unemployment, because they've been able to go to work part-time. But at some point, the eviction moratoria will end. Who knows? Maybe people will be on to other issues. But those families are still at risk of eviction. And we will continue to be here for them, even when the news has moved on to another issue. Remember, landlords have attorneys in court 80% of the time. Tenants, however, have attorneys in the court 10, at most 20% of the time. And our research from our Special Projects Division shows that having an attorney in eviction court makes a difference. If we're negotiating an outcome, or if we're getting cases dismissed because landlords haven't followed the proper procedures, that provides housing stability to families.